Look who's here, Rebecca Ballhaus, investigative reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Hey, Rebecca, it's so good that you joined us tonight. Thank you so much. Okay, your paper has been doing a deep dive into conflicts of interest in the government. What is going on with what your new report? Top government officials were ramping up stock trades right when the pandemic hit in big companies affected by COVID policies. What's happening here?
So there were a couple of things that we found in this analysis. The first thing is that we were looking for interesting patterns of trades in the beginning of 2020, in a period where the federal government really had a lot more insight into what was coming on COVID than the general public, and was certainly paying a lot closer attention. And what we found is that at the Health and Human Services Department, the selling of stocks and funds in January of 2020, a time where HHS was very involved in the early response and had a lot of insight into sort of how severe the threat might be, there were 60% more sales reported that month than the average over the previous 12 months. And then at the Treasury Department, we found the flip side of that, which is that as the government was preparing to roll out a variety of measures aimed at sort of boosting the markets amid all this economic turmoil, hundreds of officials reported buying stocks and funds in February 2020 before some of those measures were announced.
So which agencies are we talking? HHS, Treasury Department, who else?
So we looked at all the health agencies, all the economic agencies. The ones where those patterns of numbers really stood out the most were HHS and Treasury, but we also found a number of individual anecdotes that really stood out to us. And that was at agencies like NIH, the Transportation Department, and then some people at the Treasury Department as well.
What concerns you most about this, Rebecca?
I think, it's always striking. You want to feel like people are acting in the best interests of the government, especially at a period like this. And I think, we didn't find any evidence that people were very deliberately selling their stocks because they specifically knew what was coming. But we did find this pattern of selling and buying at sort of opportune times. And I think, it does sort of call into question whether the ethics rules that are in place right now are well equipped enough to deal with something like this, a crisis where it's very fast moving, information is spreading all over the government, and people have a lot of insight into how the market might move ahead of the general public.
Well, they were also taking directional bets, right? They're doing options trading and short selling too, you know what I mean? So that's a directional bet on the impact of the policy on the company. So the inspector generals of each agency, are they looking at your paper's reporting here? I mean, last week you guys found nearly 2,600 top officials across 50 government agencies, the EPA, FDA, the DOJ, cashing in on stock companies and stock trades in companies they regulate.
We're not aware of the inspectors general looking into this just yet, but this COVID story just ran today. I would say the other thing that was in our reporting that was really striking to me was how many officials owned stock in companies that were affected by the government's pandemic response and by the pandemic. So that's like airlines, restaurants, hotels, those kind of industries. We found hundreds of officials broadly across the government were invested in those companies. And for some of them, that might be an area where before the pandemic hit, it wasn't relevant to them, whether they were relevant to their jobs, whether they were invested in those companies. But it's another illustration of maybe some areas where the rules could look a little more broadly.
Interesting. Rebecca Ballhaus, thank you so much. That was a great interview. We appreciate you coming on. It's good to see you.